Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Metroid Prime Trilogy. Let's do this. Where were we? We were on Tyrus. I'm 53 minutes. That's right, it doesn't count cutscenes, yeah. That is right. And I guess it doesn't count time where I stopped to scan either. Does it? I didn't really think of that. Let's do it. Part 2 of our casual playthrough slash revisit. Getting a different pace from what I normally do with this game. Technically, it's remastered form, but you know what I mean. Alright, let's do what we do, Samus. Let's do what we do. Big chillin' on the couch. That's right, we inverted the controls. Just don't know how I feel. Let's see how it starts out. We might change back. Hand cramping aside. She knows something for one way for so long, you can't change. Nice, we just phased through them. Hell yeah, baby, hell yeah. Door directly above has been unlocked. I feel like this is the better way to play this game. I'm just not used to it. Hell yeah, one of my favorite scans coming up. The She-Goths. Look at that, those cool-ass pictures. They didn't have to go that hard. A new creatures entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Morphology, baby She-Goth. Glacial predator. Ice shell protects vulnerable dorsal area. Young She-Goths grow a resilient shell of ice on their backs, which serves to protect a layer of vulnerable flesh. With this being their only weak point, baby She-Goths will turn quickly in order to not allow predators the opportunity to strike at their backs. Powerful hunters, they fire bursts of ultra-cold gas at potential prey, then feast on their frozen victim. Also, some fresh Metroid Prime news, specifically Metroid Prime 4 news has dropped. I will still not believe anything until I see it. But of course, we now have... I thought that was like a ladder. I never really noticed that. We now have a rating for Metroid Prime 4 in the Americas, I believe. It is officially rated T for teen, due to blood and violence, I believe. And that's exciting that we have because that means the game is mostly, it gives me more hope that it is in fact coming out this year. It still feels like it's going to be shoehorned in. I wanted it to be a priority, but also a lot of people are making good points in the fact that Nintendo regularly releases 2 games in November or / October, November. It's not the first time they've done it. You know, there is currently a window. It's kind of weird that they would announce Air Riders first, but hey, Sakurai is gonna Sakurai. If Sakurai wants to talk, you let him talk. Nothing wrong with that. They could very well announce some sort of Metroid Prime 4 Direct. And, these are ice burrows, right? Yeah. I guess we should read it. Burrower adapted to sub-freezing climates. A hardy life form, the ice burrower has adapted to the frigid climb. Is that a typo or an actual word? I want to know. I've never heard that before. A region considered with reference to its climate. Okay. I'm just dumb, apparently. I don't know the English language. It spends most of its time tunneling through the frozen soil, but will occasionally surface to attack passersby. No shit, Sherlock. No shit. Here we are. But yes, we have news that it's officially been rated. A lot of people are comparing it to like Mario Odyssey. Oh, then 3 weeks later we got the direct, and then like 3 weeks later after that we got the release date. You don't know if it's gonna play out that way. There's no consistency. Mario and Metroid are also two completely different franchises. If I had to make a prediction right now, though, other than my usual doomer prediction of that it doesn't exist, it never existed, that early November window, if they really want to jam-pack their lineup... What the fuck? Oh, I'm probably being... Yeah, I'm being shot by this thing somehow. If they really want to jam-pack their holiday lineup with 3 different bangers that appeal to all different kinds of people, 4 if you count a potential Mario 40th anniversary thingamajig, which they did just post a random picture of Mario in slightly retro art style, in like a sunny climate, so maybe they are announcing something. But if they really want to line themselves up with bangers, like, have 4 games, all that appeal to different people, you know? You got a racer, you got a Pokemon game, you got a first-person shooter, and you got whatever they might announce for Mario. That, what I'm trying to say is that early November range looks mighty fine. Because what, it's like October 20th for Legend ZA, or like 23rd or something. Then you got the 20th, which is Air Riders. It's possible. I might have inhaled some copium today. Anyway, we got a new lore. As the great poison reaches even further into the planet, we Chozo begin to feel the gnawings of despair. Before it is too late, we now make our last stand. We have begun to build a temple to contain this darkness. At its heart, we will place a cipher, a mystical lock powered by 12 artifacts, and filled with as much power as we Chozo can harness. We wonder, though, even when we are done, will it be too late? And will the power of the temple and the cipher itself prove strong enough to hold back the poisonous tide that even now swells within the ground, threatening all life? This game is such a banger, man. Like, if I ever doubt that it's not one of my... that it isn't my second favorite game of all time, just, like, read the frickin' lore, and it's just like, oh, yeah. Like, experience the game at its fullest, not at, like, max speed, and you'll understand. And again, doing it at full speed is a perfectly valid way to experience it, too. It's just, there's no wrong way to experience this game, and that's the beauty of it. And we got another one. So many creatures suffer beneath the blight upon the land, and we Chozo are no exception. But for all of our pain, we can at least believe in the promise of the future. We have come to believe that a time may never come when we can once again open the door and banish the darkness we've contained. Even so, our vigilance will remain forever. We believe that on some far-off day, a savior will come and continue what we have grown. For that savior, we will leave our ancient weapons and armor. The soul who can gather them will be the entrusted one. That would be Samus. The only being who can reverse the evil that grows here. That's me. I have the boost. You know, one thing I don't think I've ever done, or at least I haven't done it in a long time, was read all the lores in chronological order. So let's, of course, we're striving to get all of them. If we don't, no big deal. But I'm gonna strive to do that, and maybe we'll do like a lore read right at the end, you know? Because with the rate I'm going in this game, our last stream will probably be a little short if I don't do something like that. Yeah. I keep forgetting. Silly me. It is time. One of the few cutscenes in the game, but it is such a cool one. That is indeed to let you know that Ridley is indeed poking around in the region. The space pirates are here. Alright. Since I don't know how to get the... And I watched a video on it. Apparently, for this version of the game, I believe they eliminated the scan jumping, whatever you want to... I think it's called scan jumping. I'll call it that. They eliminated that. So now you have to carefully place yourself on top of a rock. And yeah. And like do a triple bomb jump. Good luck. I should play this game on GameCube. Again, like Metroid Prime, like I should play it on all the consoles. Like that would be cool as hell. Ba-dum bum bum ba-da-dum. Bum ba-dum ba-dum bum bum ba-da-dum. Arg. A button. A button. Fuck. 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 Motherfucker. There we go. An ass. There we go. Christ. I'd like to see how people like speedrun this game on specifically on here. Like, do they turn off the aim while locked on? Do they switch the buttons? Is that legal? I would assume it's legal to switch the buttons. You should really be able to play however you want. Yeah, I don't know. Ass. Access to Talon Overworld granted. This button switch has got me all fucked up. We didn't scan these guys, did we? Gamers. Or Zoomers, excuse me, whatever. Close enough. Ancient anchors himself. Don't get started with the tripping over my words again. Anchors itself to walls and other surfaces. Avoid contact with spikes. A basic nerve center located directly above the zoomer's mandibles detects nutrients. Sharp spines protect it from casual predators, but the lack of a reinforced carapace makes the zoomer vulnerable to any indirect attacks. Tragic. One thing you'll notice in this game, and that's probably why it goes a little faster, well, other than the simple fact that I know this game the most of the three. Oh boy. Hold on. Oh god. Blood flower, able to eject toxic spores. Toxins are poisonous even to the blood flower itself. Then how does it spit them out? Three mouth nodules protrude from the stalk beneath the flower, each with a rudimentary brain cluster and the ability to spew toxic fumes at anything within a 5-meter radius. It's a lot of big words. The spores ejected from the stigma at the center of the flower are sufficient to kill this creature if they explode in its vicinity. Fascinating. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, the combat is much more skippable in this game than, like, it'll force you into some things into Prime 2, and I feel like the boss fights are a bit more in-depth. What the hell's going on here? What the? I keep getting caught in the... Okay, so this is touchy on here. If I move up or down, it'll just kind of get stuck. All right, let's get in a good spot here. Holy fuck! That's the beauty of these Prime games. They all function different. There's like 3 ways to play this game, and each one is different. What the fuck? There it is. But 3 really emphasizes the combat. Like, you really get drawn into a lot more mandatory battles on that game. And that's fine by me, honestly. Like, again, this is still my favorite of the games. Maybe just because it's the first, I don't know. But making the combat more in-depth and all that fun stuff, as far as I'm concerned, is a very good decision. To actually make the combat necessary. Definitely not a bad decision. Alright, y'all want to see me torture myself for a little bit? So apparently the way to do this in Prime Trilogy, which I knew but completely forgot about, this little rock, right? What the fuck? Where's the rock? It's not just a boulder, it's a rock. Alright, well, what the fuck? That's it, that's the rock. This is the rock. This fucking thing right here. You position yourself on it. You have to bounce yourself on there while doing the thing. I would imagine it's for sure possible, but I'm sure it takes a lot of practice. Like how? How? I mean, on this game, like, of course you have the... Like, I need to be able to bounce myself on there and somehow, like, yeah, that's... I don't know if I would ever get that. I'm so bad at bouncing. Yeah, see? That's just tough. That would require a lot of practice. Yeah. See, I'm off of it before I can even react. Yeah. That would require a disgusting amount of practice. Let's, whoa, it appears I got caught in my ship's thing here. Well, let's refill our ship. Yeah, I don't know if I could ever, you know... I mean, it's kind of required. So I guess if I really wanted to, like, challenge run this shit on OG hardware through my favorite way to play it, I would have to learn it. But I don't know if I could. Like, that's very, very intimidating. How do you even get on there and, like, land and jump? Like, let's forget the bomb. Like, how do you even get on there? How do you land to be able to jump again? Okay, so it is possible. I mean, you can kind of sit up there. I wasn't even on it. Yes, I would need to do that on the rock. Anyway, this ain't a speed run. That's me time where I practice that. For now, let's just focus on learning to do this game with the inverted jump and shoot controls. For some reason, ever since I changed it, my brain wants me to jump with the C button, but that's not the button for that. That is the morph ball button. It happened again. I should be shot. I truly am the textbook definition of a creature of habit. There's the Gamer. Wall-crawling mollusk with retractable spikes. The Gamer is an evolutionary offshoot of the Zoomer family. When threatened, it extends lethal spikes and retracts its head deep into its armored carapace. I'm going to kick your carapace. Back to Ice Region we go. Fuck. There we go. I'm so bad at this game. One really fun addition, which it's in 3, right? Yeah. But in 2, especially when you get to the Sanctuary Fortress, the way the world just, like, opens up, because now you have the, because the screw attack exists and whatnot, and I think, like, that's super awesome and immersive. I guess in the same vein where I was talking about how the Silk Song meme ended, but the Prime one still hasn't somehow. When you think about it, like, you know, Silk Song's been like the biggest meme in gaming for years. When you think about it, the Silk Song saga started and ended, whoops, in between the time that Metroid Prime 4 was announced and now, where we still haven't gotten a release date yet. That's how long Metroid Prime 4 has been out. In the, whatever, in purgatory. That's how fucking long. We have suffered enough. Fuck. I'm so bad at video games. I think the A button jump's throwing me off a little. I knew that one was a little early. But that being said, I want to express how excited I am for Silk Song. I don't think I'm going to be streaming it. I was debating it, but like, I have the retro tank now. I really want to dig into this. And I am, holy fuck, I'm so bad at video games. Is this real? I don't, if anything, I might stream it in bits and pieces here. But yeah, no, I learned that with Final Fantasy VII Remake, that I don't really have the time for full-on YouTube playthroughs. So unless I'm just taking up all my time streaming it, I just straight up do not have the time. Like, again, to start this year, there was a lot of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Paper Mario a little bit was mixed in here and there. So I don't do first playthroughs unless it's something that means a lot to me, or I think it'll be like Hollow Knight. It just, the timing's not right. It was like Bonanza. It's like there's too much coming out. I will exhaust myself and not stream the things I want to stream, and what I assume the people want to see. I know the people like the Star Fox content, so I want to keep that going. Anyway, ice parasite scavenger with a crystalline outer shell. Parasites are hardy creatures, able to adapt to any environment within 3 generations. The ice parasite is a prime example. Having adjusted to a frigid climate, this vermin now thrives in it. Omnivorous, it can exist in areas hostile to most life forms. Oh, can it now? Doesn't look like it's existing now. Uh-oh. It's pizza time.
I'm him. I've been him. I will continue to be him.
Yellow rubies glistening like piss. But yeah, folks, I am excited for Silksong. Very much so. I'm hoping there's a physical release, but I didn't get a physical of the OG. So it is what it is. That is something I plan on playing day one, but again, I do not believe I will be streaming it at all. Maybe I'll put out some YouTube, but it won't be a full playthrough. It's just I don't have the proper time. You heard the word. Everyone give it up for Cess. We love a little self-depreciation. Oh, anyway. I'm under attack. But yeah, so I'm very excited for Silksong, but in the same way I'm excited for Bonanza, as like, it's going to take up the majority of my off-stream gaming time, if not all of it, until I beat it. Like, Bonanza has been taking up the majority. It is now going to take up all of it until I beat it, because I want to beat it in time for Silksong. I fucking loved the first Hollow Knight, and we are very much... Despite... It's... I know it sounds like I'm complaining, because, for me, it's Metroid Prime 4 is the #1 focus, of course. But, y'all know I love Kirby Air Ride, and y'all might not know I love Hollow Knight, but I love Hollow Knight. I'm very happy that I have announcements for those two. Like, Prime 4 is the biggest fish, and I'm disappointed they haven't given us anything on that yet. Well, we're getting answers on a game that was announced 4 months ago, and a game that has been a meme, but was a shorter meme, for lack of a better way of saying it, than Prime 4 in terms of release date, or where is it. But I'm starting to believe. I think my time will come. I drank a little bit of, or inhaled a little bit of copium today. The heat death of the universe. Yeah, now that's a thing to be excited for. Then I don't... Yeah. Okay, so now I got two things to say. First thing is, if the universe were to end, that means I wouldn't have to go to work tomorrow. The second thing is, let me read this, then I'll say the other thing. Morphology, Sheegoth. One of my favorite ones to read, if I remember correctly. There it is. I love that line. Supreme predator of the Phendrana Drifts. Sheegoths are invulnerable to most beam weapons. The crystals on their back absorb energy, which they can fire at prey. Sheegoths have poor stamina. They hyperventilate after using their breath attack, making their mouth area vulnerable. The soft underbelly of a Sheegoth is susceptible to concussive blasts. In battle, they expel blasts of frigid gas to ensnare their targets. They are also fond of ramming and trampling their hapless prey. Okay, anyway, back to story time. Starting with work once again, because it happened at work. I don't know what happened. I had like the worst case of wrong pipe you could possibly imagine on lunch today. Like, I wasn't choking or anything. I was eating slightly spicy pretzels, and I don't know what happened. It's like half of one just got like kind of like, it didn't go down the wrong pipe. It just kind of got lodged near the wrong pipe, and it just sat there and burned. Like, I could talk, and like I wasn't choking or coughing or anything, but it fucking hurt. And it would not stop. Like, this went on for about 30 minutes. Like, I kept trying to go like to try to, like, you know, get it out, but it just kept sitting there. Eventually a little bit of it came out, and I still felt the rest. I guess you can't really jump that, huh? There it goes. And eventually, after, I would say a little over an hour it took for, like, it wasn't, like, burning for that long, but it took the feeling of, like, the irritation to go away. And it's still there slightly, but it was really annoying for, like, 3 hours. And every once in a while, that happens. So, like, something still, like, it burned. It hurt. It just getting stuck there. So, yeah, like, I almost fucking killed myself on a pretzel today. Happy fucking Thursday. Anyway, we have the wave beam. That means y'all know what time it is, right? Of course you do. It's Space Pirate base time. And we can now kill Pulse Bamboo. Mustard. Okay. It has been a while. This is a casual playthrough. Like I said, I'm trying to play it as I normally would. Also, did I miss a lore? I mean, we go back there eventually. I don't think there was a lore in that room, though. There's just the Chozo statue. I can't wait to like properly study a map like this again and technically not know where I'm going. It's gonna be awesome. Like, just the urge to... Like, you have those games that come along and like... What I wouldn't give to... And of course there's still work I can do in Star Fox, but like... What I wouldn't give to experience that game for the first time again a few times. Where I'm just trying to, you know, get my bearings and figure out how to get a high score on the thing. Or Breath of the Wild, or Tears of the Kingdom, where you want to re-explore everything again for the first time because it was just that fucking magical. Or Paper Mario, where you want to just re-experience the whimsy and the charm all over again for the first time. I haven't played Pokemon Ruby in a long time. It's still in my top... I named the rest of my top 5, so I had to name drop Ruby. It's been so long since I've played that, though, so I can't really give you... I guess the, that game is just an overall charm. It's just a charm. And that's, once again, also kind of a sense of exploration. Of course, on a smaller scale. It's not fully open, but it is vast. There's a lot to do. Alright. Let's get the most infamous of all missable scans in the history of missable scans. A new creature's entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Morphology: Ice Shriekbats. Ice-encased ceiling dweller. Like standard shriekbats, these creatures are easily spotted with thermal imaging. They roost on cave ceilings, subsisting on insects, reptiles, and small mammals. Fiercely territorial, they will dive bomb anything that wanders near. The fun thing about mentioning that is, these things, this is all of them in the entire game. That's it. They do not respawn. And it's the only spot they do spawn. It is a one-time spawn, you scan it now or you don't get it. That's great to know that you can see them with thermal imaging, but they are dead before you get the thermal visor. So you will never see them with thermal imaging. But yeah, no, that's, I'm very much looking forward to, if Nintendo ever releases the damn game, to feeling that first that first Metroid Prime experience again for the first time. Like, I love playing through these games, but of course nothing is like that first playthrough. Nothing can ever be like that first playthrough. I never get tired of these games, but you will never get back to the magic of the first time you're just like, man, this is awesome. There's something special about the first time, and I am so excited to do that in the Metroid Prime formula. Hopefully by the end of the year. I will say, though, if I were a betting man, it could be later in the year. I want to see it as a holiday thing, so it's there for Black Friday and all that stuff. It might get overshadowed by Pokemon, and like people will prioritize Pokemon and Kirby Air Riders over it, I'm sure. But it'll have legs. People are still buying the Switch 2, so I'm not necessarily that worried about it. I just want the game to sell over 5 million, man. 10 million would be great, but let's be realistic here. It's Metroid. But yeah, I would love to see it in that early November range, similar to what they did with, I mean, hell, they did it last year with the same IP. They released Mario Party, not Superstars, excuse me, Jamboree, and then they released, Mario and Luigi Brothership 3 weeks later. If they would do it with the same IP, of course, two completely different games, they would do it with Pokemon, Metroid, and Kirby. Again, Legends ZA. That is something I plan on streaming, but not a story. It would be like occasional group shiny hunting with the boys. That is something I do plan on doing occasionally. At least talking about the game, because the Legends series means a lot to me. I love Legends Arceus. So much so that I don't even know if that's the correct pronunciation of his name, but also, people have been pronouncing Rayquaza wrong for years too, so fuck you. Anyway, if Metroid Prime 4 and Kirby Air Riders both release in November, forget about it. If you know me IRL, you will not see me for a month. You will not see me. I have a wedding to go to that month. That is it. That is all I will be doing that month. You will not see me. You will see me if you tune into my stream. If you know me in real life, you will not see me. Yeah, because we have to beat Metroid Prime because I'm not going to touch Kirby Air Riders until, as much as I am excited for it, I will not touch Kirby Air Riders until, I beat, you know, this game. Metroid Prime 4, that is. That will take priority, absolutely. It is my most anticipated game of all time. And jump scare. Yeah, there he is, jeez. And I don't say that lightly. I've looked forward to a lot of games. Tears of the Kingdom, I could have argued, was. How fucking the 1000 Year Door remake could have been. Just the fact that classic Paper Mario is going to be available and in people's hands again. We've been locked in. Alien movie review. Pretty cool, but I wish there was more than just one Alien. Aliens review. Holy fuck. A new creatures entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Morphology, space pirate. Sentient aggressor species, well-trained in weapon and melee combat. Space pirates wield galvanic accelerator cannons and forearm-mounted scythes in combat. Scythes, scythes, whatever. This species seeks to become the dominant force in the galaxy, and their technology may help them realize this goal. Ruthless and amoral, the pirates care little for the cost of their ambition. Only the results matter, and they take these very seriously. I have been cornered. See, I can like walk onto the other one and aim at the other guy. Like, it's just so much more immersive. Fucking love it. Map station. All right, here we go. We're gonna spend a lot of time scanning in here. I like scanning the little things here. It's a blast. I love just seeing what the pirates are up to, more or less, like just what they're saying about their discoveries and whatnot. It really adds to the lore and the story and whatnot. Phazon ore is extremely durable and blast resistant. Although the armor-like qualities of this shell provide ample protection, thermal imaging can be used to detect weak areas in the casing. Improvements must be made to the shell in the event that these weaknesses are found by aggressors. Phazon ore appears to bind through Phazon energy. Thermal imaging is required to detect the highest concentration of radioactivity, which serves to bind the stones together. Project Titan specimen is immobilized in quarantine cave. That's Thardus. Relocation is recommended due to increased violent activity. How do you plan on doing that? He's a rock monster with the power of Thor. He can summon lightning. I don't know how you, unless you just like straight up shut him off and then carry the rocks piece by piece. I have been shot. Whee! I really could have done like a 100% scan run here. But I didn't want to focus. Again, this is a casual playthrough. I didn't want to focus on it. Like, I'm kind of avoiding certain scans on purpose, just to avoid the temptation of a hundo scan run. Because I just want to casually do this. Increased acidity levels recorded in Phazon amniotic bath. This is likely a side effect of Phazon ingestion by test subjects. Ice beetle infestation in Ice Vault region has been 95% exterminated. Report any sightings to security immediately. Access to Research Lab Aether limited to Team Slara only. Personnel bound for Hollow Observatory must use West Elevator. Aether? There's a lot to find. Specimen 29, life signs normal, pulse at 140, mass increase of 4%. Well, there's nothing in there, so is it dead? Of course, we'll have some lores around here. We have codified the newfound energy source as Phazon, a V-index mutagen of which we have very little reliable data. Indications point to a meteor of unknown origin expelling Phazon into the environment. This material appears to possess the power to mutate organic life forms sufficiently to withstand its poison. These mutations appear promising, with abrupt evolutionary leaps appearing in single-generation reproduction. Plans to establish a full science team on Talon 4 are being finalized. Mining operations have begun near the crater where Phazon appears to be most concentrated. Daily Phazon yields have increased 44%, and our mining system becomes more streamlined as personnel and equipment flows increase. Several incidents of Phazon-induced madness have been reported, prompting augmented life support regulations in the deeper chambers. Symptoms include loss of equilibrium, erratic respiration, muscle spasms, and in the most extreme cases, hallucinations. Sounds like me when I woke up this morning. The timeline reassessment for the refinery operation is recommended, as the material proves more unstable than initial analysis indicated. They really cram these in, like all the space pirate lores, of course, aside from the one at the beginning of the game and one at, well, I mean, I could have gotten it whenever, but one at the end. they're all crammed into here are Phazon mines. Most terraforming and retrofitting of security checkpoints on Talon 4 is complete, but we continue to research the alarming epidemic of breaches by local creatures. Door records show no unauthorized entries until I showed up, bitch. So we must presume the creatures are either slipping in undetected during daily personnel moves or else finding their way in through subterranean tunnels. We have found many small breaches of this latter sort and plugged them wherever we can, but it is unlikely that we will ever achieve full extermination within our current timetable. Like you're slick, huh? You are dead. Hello? Hello? Jeez, how did you keep doing that? He can wait. There's one more up there. Xenome behavioral patterns show decreased reflex activity at temperatures below freezing. Phazon batch 1734 shows mandible mutation across all subjects. Cross infusion with batch 1622.6 recommended. Prep work on all empty stasis tanks must be completed before specimen batch Y arrives on 12/3/12/2, whatever that means. Transfer of specimen 344 to Lab Hydra complete. Further infusion suspended pending security assessment. More lore. Research Outpost Glacier 1 in the Phendrana Drifts region of Talon 4's mountains is operating at 85% capacity. These guys love run-on sentences. Sub-zero temperatures have made the Metroids sluggish and easy to control, even those well into Phazon infusion cycles. Cold containment stasis tanks are sufficient for the juveniles, but some of the larger Metroids have been moved to quarantined caves for safety purposes. Security doors remain an issue, as malfunctions due to ice occur every day. I just be making up words and shit. Large predators in the wastes are also a concern, as they continue to kill personnel and breach secure areas. Unfortunately, it has become clear that our containment teams cannot neutralize all of them without a vast increase in munitions and soldiers. Is there only one here? Yeah, there must be only one here. Okay. Warning, do not handle sedated xenomes without proper ice containment equipment. Specimen 70 optimal absorption mutation has led to unexpected degeneration of internal organs. Skill issue. Strain 776V has been successfully replicated. We have named it Strain Vertigo. Mutation of beta xenomes proceeding. Daily decontamination is now required for all personnel working in Lab Aether. Tissue samples from stasis tanks must be hand-carried to Lab Hydra for analysis. Notify security of all material moves. Okay. That's enough reading. That was quite the room. There's a couple of those like that in here. Made it go berserk. Top of the morning. I am getting a little bit better with this inverted button thing. Oh yeah, it's almost time to scan the planets. One of my favorite things to do. Alright, I gotta do this first. Nope, this seems like a good midstream break. Yeah, give me 5. I'll be right back. There it is. Excellent. Alright, let's do this, folks. I was hanging up my gym clothes, and my gym clothes are smelly as hell. I needed some time to recover. Hell yeah. One of my favorite parts in the game. You kind of just run right over it during, like, if you're, like, trying to do it as fast as you can. But I fucking love it. More lore. Phase-on mining is underway. Several garrisons, shout out to Director Krennic, have been established, and terraforming of the Chozo ruins is underway. Security systems are operational, and science team continues to make progress in their biotech research. Wow, that's a creative name for the science team. They called them Science Team. Anyway, the Phendrana Drifts have proven to be an optimal location for research headquarters, and soon it will be joined by a fully operational combat base and starport. If Command's predictions are half true, we shall rise to dominance in this sector within a decacycle. Truly, these are glorious times.
Recording to logbook.
Space Pirate encrypted data decoded. Scans of the spiral sector detected a massive energy spike emanating from a Wanderer-class planet identified as Talon 4. Scout reconnaissance was immediately dispatched to the center of the spike, a landmass at heading mark 482, returning with planetary samples and atmospheric imaging. Analysis shows the energy source to be an unstable radioactive material of enormous potential. We are unable to form an accurate risk assessment at this time, but we are unlikely to find an energy source this powerful again. Analysis will continue, but currently, Talon 4 appears to be a viable option, or a viable secondary head, whatever. Let me see if I could find the one I like. It's not that one. There's one, I think it's an optional one, like an orange one, where it says, like, Samus Aran, the hunter, has made landfall in Talon 4. I feel like it's in here. I might have missed it. I don't know. It's one of the cooler ones, though. Just realized I barely have the music going. What the hell's wrong with me? Of course, it's loud enough for y'all, but my TV volume leaves much to be desired. Okay. Which is weird. Normally, especially when... Well, actually, no, I am technically going through the HDMI port, so that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. If you use AV cables on this TV, forget about it. If you go anything beyond volume 5, it's ear rape. Hell yeah, baby. Alright. Let's get some planetary lore out of the way here.
Recording to logbook.
Planet Zebes. 4.8 trillion teratons. Planet's crust is primarily earthic ore, making it ideal for subterranean construction. A class, I don't know what number that is. 19 or something, I want to say. Zebes is inhospitable to most bioforms. The world was considered unremarkable until it became a base for space pirate forces. Planet Twin Tabula. Mass 4.1 trillion teratons. Planet is best known for twin fever, a disease caused by a viral strain native to Twin Tabula. In the early stages of the disease, victims suffer from double vision. When the twin sight fades, the victim is near death. I fucking love this game, man. They didn't need to put that in there, but they did.
Recording to logbook.
Talon 4. 5.1 trillion teratons. Ecosystem studies indicate that Talon 4 was a biological paradise prior to the impact of an extraterrestrial object. What remains of the biosphere is slowly fading due to exposure to phazon radiation. At current rate of decay, Talon 4 will become a barren class 13? Yes, 13 wasteland in approximately 25 years. Planet Dormine 2, mass 2.3 trillion teratons. An inhabitable wasteland savaged by nuclear dust storms and constant seismic upheavals. Planet Billium, 3.8 trillion teratons. Profile, quarantine. Atmosphere is rife with Materialis, a sentient gaseous global exterminator virus. So pretty much there's Zebes and there's Talon 4 in this little cycle here, and that's it. Everything else, if you arrive, you will be dead within minutes, probably. Twin Tabula sounds like it might be like you can at least survive there for a little bit. Once you get the disease that everyone seems to get there, you just die. I love this game. Just unnecessary. Like, I love reading stuff like that. I always say, Metroid and Star Fox, like, you keep going to different planets in them, but, like, you feel like you want more, like, than what you've gotten in the past from those series. Like, there's so much more to be explored in both of those universes on their respective planets.
Recording.
It might be in here. Let me see. Nope. Hollow Technicians. Nope. How about that? Still nothing. Were those there in the remaster? That's interesting. Here we go. Flying Pirate. Pirates trained and equipped for airborne assault. Flying pirates are extremely agile in the air, but the heat signatures of their jetpacks can be tracked with thermal imaging. While their missiles are extremely potent, their jetpacks can be even more so. If the pack fails, they will make a suicide strike. And miss. Don't mind me, I'm still learning the inverse here. It's like I'm retraining my brain after like 15 years of practice. Because that's essentially what I'm doing. Where is he? Coward, come out and fight. Wrong way. You ever need a lesson on how to not dodge those? Come see me. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite moments in gaming, my first ever Metroid experience. And for the first time in a while, I get to actually read it. Hell yeah.
Recording to logbook.
Morphology. Metroid. Energy-based parasitic predator. The dominant species of planet SR-388, Metroids can suck the life force out of living things. A Metroid will latch onto its prey and drain energy, growing larger as it does. The only way to shake an attached Metroid is to enter Morph Ball mode and lay a bomb. Jump scare.
Recording to logbook.
Lore. The reconstruction of Geoform 187, codenamed Ridley, was recently completed. After his defeat on Zebes, Command ordered a number of metagenetic improvements, say that 10 times fast, metagenetic improvements for him. Though aggressive, we were able to implement these changes in a cycle. The metamorphosis was painful, but quite successful in the end. Early tests indicate a drastic increase in strength, mobility, and offensive capability. Cybernetic modules and armor plating have been added as well. We believe our creation, now called Meta Ridley, will become the mainstay of our security force, a job he will certainly relish. Initial transfer of Metroids to Talon 4 research facilities has been completed. 3 were terminated in an incident at the landing site, but the others were pacified and transported safely. Initial Phazon infusion testing is underway. We are eager to observe the effects of Phazon on Metroids, especially their ability to absorb and process the energy given off by Phazon sources. Early research suggests a considerable growth in power and size. Whether the creatures stay stable thereafter remains to be seen. Increasing dosage by 4%, eh? Removal squad requested. Lores on lores on lores, ladies and gentlemen. Confidence is high regarding Phazon applications. We know enough about Phazon now to begin combining it with space pirate DNA. The codename for this venture will be Project Helix. Preliminary studies indicate that Phazon infusion could produce radical new pirate genomes. Benevolent mutation levels are high in current test subjects. Phazon madness is a concern, but refinements in the infusion process should reduce or neutralize the odds of mental degeneration. You know, I'm kind of now realizing it's because I played shit like this. Like, even in my youth, like, I didn't beat this game in my youth, but I played this game regularly. Like, it's no wonder that I grew to use such big words for absolutely no reason. Like, it's been ingrained in my DNA forever. I do enjoy the big words. cook them. Ah, ass cheeks. Got the sound of a science on remaster. It's a little touchier here. There we go. There's my energy tank. There it is. I don't think there was any other... No, because it's just a straight path down. Correct. This is the other room where... Or no, I got this one though. Yeah. This is the other room where there's just a boatload of shit to scan. To maximum concussion. What's this thing? This tank holds the remains of experiment 7526. Conversion of elite pirate unsuccessful. I'll say. Is this the one? Nope. Project Titan is suspended indefinitely. Security breaches resulting in massive casualties have occurred. Access is strictly prohibited until further notice. Nope. Alright, let's read our lores. Studies of Metroid biology continue. Though with limited progress, it seems likely that we will be much more successful using the Metroids for our own means rather than trying to reproduce their powers. If they could be adequately tamed, we would have no need of a proper understanding of their metabolism. A small force of disciplined Metroids could wipe out entire armies. And once we find a way to shield them from cold containment weapons, they will be invincible. Furthermore, if we could then harvest the energy they'd consumed, we would have a near limitless source of power at our disposal.
Recording to logbook.
Metroid dissection continues to provide more questions than answers. Our research teams have isolated the energy conduits that run from the invasive twin mandibles to the energy core in the creature's quadripartite nucleus. Fuck. But the manner in which a Metroid actually extracts the life force from its prey remains an utter mystery. The victim does not lose blood or any other vital fluids, and yet the Metroid extracts energy. Identifying this energy is our central problem. It takes no physical form, and yet without it, the victim dies. We will continue to research this matter, as the isolation of this life-giving essence could be the key to our ascendance. Words like that are why this series sells less on Nintendo consoles than pretty much everything else. That alone right there, just words like that. I'm pretty sure you can just open these, right? Yeah. Fuck it, I can just optionally battle a Metroid. Be one of the ice ones. An ice beetle. Ring ring hello. Testing of thermal imaging software complete. Commence download to tactical visor prototype for field testing. That's one down. It's not one down. Thermal imaging software exceeding initial expectations. Combat applications are being evaluated by command. There we go, getting crisscrossed again. You're cooked. Is there a lore down here? I don't think there is. I think it's just this to open it, and that's it. Thermal visor interfaces will be sent to quarantine area. Those visors will be useful for any personnel involved in transport of the unstable test subject there. That's their rock monster. Goodbye, bot. Okay. She's so fucking cool. Honest to God. I need Samus Aran content in my life. Nintendo, give me Metroid Prime 4. Christ almighty, please do it. Fucking shifty motherfucker, you. Nice miss. And these fuckers. Sentry drone. I'm legally blind. Rude. Jesus, I almost walked off the side. Ooh, forgot about that guy there. Once again, if you ever need lessons on how to not dodge those things, come see me. I'll show you how it's done. Of course, back in the day, I would always stop to battle those things, because I just didn't care then that it was optional. I don't really care now either, like, I would do it, but, you know, I'd be spending too much time reading and whatnot. There he is. I mean, actually, no, I don't think I do, because, yeah, that's already dead. I just got a super missile this wall here, and that's it. And I can just run. Hey, I dodged one. Look at that. Alright, folks, it's Thardus time. Gotta relearn super missile too now, since I'm using different buttons and whatnot. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. Here we go. One thing I've thought of more, it's like, and I know I've mentioned it like occasionally on stream, but like, how long is Metroid Prime 4 going to be? Because people will make the jokes. I mean, they made it about Metroid Dread. Oh, $60 game, you beat it in 18 hours and then that's it. Fucking that's not the point. You replay it, you master it, you get better at it, you do hard mode on it. Like, you master the game. Like, there's a lot to it, and it's super fun to play. If I had to guess, they're going to design it so a casual playthrough would last a little over 20 hours. I'm thinking there'll be a little bit more to the game than that, though, as well. We shall see. Because this game, even on a casual playthrough, like, I'm gonna beat it in under 10 hours. If that's the case, people won't be happy. People like their long games. They equate money to length, not to quality. Me, I personally, just looking at my collection right now, I personally think the $60 I spent on a Metroid Dread or a NES World Champion, like short experience, NES World Championships, even Echoes of Wisdom was kind of a short experience, like under 25, that's short for a Zelda game. It was infinitely more worth it than the money I spent on Mario Kart World, pretty much any Pokemon on the Switch other than Legends, Brothership, and probably a few others. That has been today's inspirational rant, folks. It's not about the length you play a game, it's about the quality and the replayability. Nobody wants to replay these days, though. They just want to walk around, which isn't a bad thing. Zelda's in my... Breath of the Wild is my favorite Zelda game. But hey, I'm on both sides of the scale. I'm on the Metroid Prime scale of game length and the modern Zelda side as well. Anyway, Artis. He froze me, so I could not read. What do you mean out of scanning? Okay. We'll scan him. We'll scan him. I got on a rant. I apologize. Alright, let's read it. Thardis, an animated, sentient creature of stone charged with phazon radiation. The phazon radiation given off by Thardis negates auto-targeting systems, preventing lock-on. It may be possible to acquire alternate targets with a different visor. The chaotic nature of phazon irradiation leads to instability in its structural integrity. Thardis can encase targets in ice, and its colossal size and strength make it a formidable opponent. Alright, I gotta actually take advantage here and, you know, do some damage. Otherwise I'm just gonna keep getting rolled on. Alright, my super missile's ready. Aim for the knee. Nailed his bitch ass. Hell yeah. Arm spot can be a little... I'm now... He rolls more in this game than he does in Remastered. Like, it's like on a schedule in Remastered. Never really realized it. Fuck. That's why I said the arm can be tricky. Oh yeah. It's an easy shot. Yeah, do some damage. Use the morph ball my ass. Bro didn't even make contact. Skill issue. Skill issue, Thardis. Yeah. Wrong button. Right. Yeah. Why is it easier to dodge this guy and not in morph ball mode? Oh yeah. It's fine. We're on normal difficulty. That means nothing to me. Die. Not so sentient anymore, are you, buddy? Clank. Yay, spider ball. I love the spider ball. I know I said I really liked how 2 and 3 expanded on a lot of things, and I don't like, because this is still my favorite game, so it always sounds really weird when I say I like how those 2 games expanded upon this one, but I'll say it again, the spider ball, especially in 2, the spider ball in 2 with like the puzzles and the boss fights, screw you, the spider ball guardian is a banger of a boss fight. You will not convince me otherwise. I fucking love that fight. I don't care if it's a little jank or not. Skill issue, get better. In 2, the spider ball is at its best. It's so much fun. We are now hindered by our inability to open white doors. So let's go fix that. Still got a little bit of time left. Let's go a little savey save in here. I'm not scared of fire. That barely even did damage to me. Who do you think you are? I am. Let's do our thing here as we always do. Why can I not? There it is. Ignore me. God. Whoops. 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 Alright, let's restart this whole mess. I'd be pressing wrong buttons again. Puddle spore, that's what those things are called. Open wide, jackass. There we go. What am I? I should be shot. Of course. How could I forget? I've only played this game 100 times. That means it's almost time for bed, folks. That's what that means. Uh-oh. We'll do it the right way. Silence. Computer notifications. You are disrupting the stream. Fucking rude. This would be the fastest way. Yeah. Yeah, without doubt. I think, I don't know. Not like we're racing anyway. We know where we gotta go, that's all that matters. Literally, you use this elevator constantly in this game. Like, this is the #1 elevator.
check.
I just realized. I mean, I could get it another time. Although I'll probably no, actually no, I won't forget. Because I'm leaving it up to... I never got that missile expansion when I was back there getting the space jump boots. I'm leaving it up to my shitty memory to remember to do that like 5 days from now, the next time I pass through that room. But I know during my last stream of this revisit, if I'm one short, that's when it'll pop in. That's when it'll pop into my brain. Right, so here we are. No need to go that way yet. Get this bad boy. Can also get this bad boy. I always did the thing for it. You don't have to. Those are the things that I guess they didn't think through as much, you know, designing this game for the first time. I mean, hell, this one, I'm pretty sure it's a pretty easy jump, right? Yeah. Doesn't matter because you can't go through here, but I can still get it. So what do I do here? Let's see. Yeah, we go that way first, because then we go through this way. Yeah, that's it. And then this is the way we gotta go. So yeah, we go through here first to get all our extra shit that we don't have yet. Then through here, and back, and then up. Right, let's do that. At least as much of it as we can today. I don't know if we'll finish that whole loop today. Actually, we probably won't. We'll probably cut this off pretty quick. Because once again, oh, that reminds me. I need to update y'all. Remember when I said I would get a good night's sleep and do good at pinball? Neither of those things happened. Well, actually, no, I did get a good night's sleep Tuesday. I will say that. I did sleep well. Wednesday, last night, I didn't sleep well, but that makes sense because I stayed a while to play some extra games to rectify some previous miscues. And honest to God, I actually didn't play well that bad towards the end. I was solid, but just people played better than me, you know? So I took a 2nd and 3/3 out of 4. Meh. But hey, what are you gonna do? Finish 12th in the league this year out of like 38 or something like that, so I'll take that. We're in the top 3rd. Pretty sweet deal if you ask me. Can't win them all. Should I stream Metroid Prime Pinball? I'm not even gonna suggest that. No, absolutely fucking not. I hate streaming DS games. Yeah, because we wouldn't have a save spot all the way until there. Actually, I can possibly do that. But nah, there's scans and stuff. Yeah, no, we're gonna... A little earlier than I wanted to, we're gonna cut it here. This could end up into a 5-stream event at this rate, but one of the streams I'll try to start a little earlier, around 6:30, make up for it. You know. Because we didn't even do our first run through, because we get our gravity suit. Then we got to do our first run through the thing. Through Phase on Mines. Then there's a little bit more we got to do after that. And then our second run through there. So, yeah. But hey, we'll get there, folks. We'll get there. We shall get there. So, as for this week, like I said, around 12 p.m., probably, like I said, there's a reason I said roughly. It's probably going to be a little earlier, like maybe around 11:15, 11:30. We're going to go live. We're going to do 2 more runs of Star Fox 64 for this weekend. Then next week, Tuesday, Thursday, we'll probably finish this game. Saturday, I am aiming for my Star Fox Assault run that I'm very much looking forward to. And then Sunday, I don't know yet. We will either do Star Fox 64 or we will do, and that'll be an early stream because, you know, potential Labor Day plans and whatnot. really, I shouldn't even lock anything in for that specific time on Saturday either. I gotta figure out my weekend, but I plan on doing that. That is a thing I plan on doing. Star Fox Assault, then the next day we'll either start Metroid Prime 2 if we haven't finished this one yet, or Star Fox 64. Either way, I have a plan. And y'all know what I do on holidays usually. If I'm home, I like to stream in the morning on holidays. Gives me something to do for the morning before any plans or whatever else kicks in. So if I'm available, I'll be on. Probably something random, but we'll be on. Alright, anyway. I'm gonna go catch some Z's, get another good night of sleep. And once again, shout out to Sess for saying hi. Shout out to anyone else who tuned in. Y'all are great. And I will see y'all on Star Fox Saturday. Peace out, my friends.